I actually flipped most of my memes and sold them and bought Sui recently because I just look at the charts on a relative basis and it's like, it's going to outperform WIF and outperform Bonk and everything else. So I'm now down to 2. Doge, because you kind of have to, just in case Elon does something with it. Looking at certain parts of the ecosystem to invest their capital. You see, eventually, for those of us who trade in secondary markets, I don't do VC. So when I trade in secondary markets, I know where the strong narratives are, what the good projects are. Doesn't mean price always plays accordingly. Because of this mismatch between supply and demand of new tokens, you often get a correction in price first, but maybe that's a big opportunity. That's how I'm starting to see it. That supply-demand mismatch is actually something for us guys, the retail investors, who don't do the VC deals.
Raoul Pal, CEO and founder of Global Macro Investors, believes that Sui is showing signs of becoming a major player among new blockchain platforms. He notes that its price chart looks promising and breaks from a pattern that often indicates potential price growth. What stands out to Paul is how Sui performs better than other major cryptocurrencies, including Solana, even when the broader market isn't doing much. This strength is notable to him. However, Paul notes that Sui is still in its early stages. For it to truly succeed, it needs to prove itself by building efficient and scalable applications on its platform. He mentions that the total value locked, TVL, on Sui and a recent announcement from Circle are positive signs, but not enough on their own. He sees potential in gaming applications, but thinks it's too early to tell. He mentions recent updates that have made transactions very fast and suggest future improvements that could make Sui even faster than Solana's next update. The team behind Sui, Miston Labs, aims to rebuild the internet for Web3, creating a platform that could potentially handle billions of users. It mentions features like easy connections and upcoming data storage solutions. But then again, Sui is just getting started. According to Raoul Pal, Sui is already outperforming Solana and other big coins. Before we move forward, if you want to stay updated with the latest crypto events and news, you can subscribe to our channel and like this video. Now let's get back to Raoul Pal's view on Solana and the overall crypto market.
I'm really interested in, we talked a little bit about AIs. Society and the economic system is going to restructure in ways we don't yet understand. And one of the other things I think, might be interesting for your future thesis as it goes is I've been thinking through what I get to is an economic singularity where everything starts falling apart. I won't go into the whole thesis, but one of the parts of this is very soon, like within next year, anything I see built, let's say Magic Eden, company you're invested in, I can give it to my AI and it will build it. Now, I may not get the customers, but it will give me the marketing plan and how to do it, right? So the velocity of business creation and destruction is mind-blowing, and AI will build AI businesses. I already think that's happening at OpenAI itself. And that, when I get to that, this is not the velocity that normal capital markets can deal with because creation destruction is too fast, but it's perfectly made for crypto. It is what ICOs tested. It's what meme coins are tested. I know you've been erring towards Solana because it's just friendly for applications layer, right? But you've got other investments. How do you think that through? Do you end up do you have an asset allocation percentage idea? How do you deal with new chains? Because you've got the second risk of, does the chain get adoption plus the application? How do you think through that?
What I'll say, what I'll start with is we're still so early in crypto. In terms of Polymarket, Polymarket is on Polygon, right? But it's still one of the most popular crypto applications out there. And so I think ultimately we focus on finding teams building killer apps because we know that if you have the right application and the right on-ramps, it really doesn't matter, right? Or over time you can move if you need to. That said, with that context, I will say that when we've made some investments in the Move ecosystem, which obviously is less mature than that of the Solana ecosystem. And, I'm
also on the board of Sui.
Oh, fantastic. I spent a lot of time with the team out in Singapore. And
that's an amazing thing as well.
Amazing thing, right? And so, but with that, we have to underwrite if you're building a DeFi product or a consumer app, your initial customers are going to be mostly crypto for the most part, right? It's easier to start with crypto, go to market, and then from there expand to like a broader customer base. And if there's less liquidity on the chain, there is some sort of reduction that we just need to think through because now it's risk on the team, it's risk on the chain on top. So it does level up. But at the end of the day, if a team is building a terrific product and it's on a less used chain, that won't deter us from investing.
Paul predicts that artificial intelligence, AI, agents will one day use crypto assets to interact with each other. He says that in the not-too-distant future, AI agents will likely use digital assets to pay for things like electricity, and transactions will be left out of traditional financial systems. An AI agent is like going on Fiverr and hiring someone to build your website and someone to do your marketing strategy and all that kind of stuff. Someone goes off, does it, comes back, and brings it back. Well, AI is becoming an agent, and we're going to start seeing these kinds of tools pop up in our existence. So once AI does them instantly, obviously we'll probably need crypto payments. You know, an agent has to pay for their electricity, or the AI model has to pay the agent for electricity and computation. And we think we'll use crypto to do that because last time we checked, AI can't open a bank account, so it doesn't enter economic systems. It will never transfer money through SWIFT. This will never happen. So we are seeing a shift in how money is used within this new economic machine, which is one of the reasons we are so bullish on cryptocurrencies in general. Paul also believes that AI could bring an unprecedented rate of innovation to cryptocurrencies within a few years. Let's say you're in the crypto world. You see this amazing decentralized exchange platform and you think you want to scale this idea. You have to build a team, raise capital, and let's say it takes you 9 months because you're moving so fast. Then you launch your product, then you have to market it, etc. In the world we're in almost today, and certainly the one we'll be in a year or two from now, you just go and see the AI and say, hey, look at this amazing new decentralized exchange. It wants to copy it and improve it. And it also wants to do it in Hindi because it wants to find different markets and integrate it with XYZ system. And it will design everything from one message. When you look at applications, everyone leans towards Solana because it's more just application layer compatible. But you have other investments. We're still in the early days of crypto. In terms of Polymarket is all about polygons. But it's still one of the most popular crypto applications on the market. Ultimately, we're focused on finding teams that build the best applications because we know that if you have the right application, you can scale. It doesn't really matter. Or over time, you'll be able to move it if you need to. We have to subscribe if you're building a DeFi product or a consumer application. You know, your first customers are going to be primarily crypto for the most part. It's easy to get started with crypto and get into the market. And then from there, expand to a broader customer base. And if there's less liquidity on chain, there's some kind of drawdown that we have to think about because right now it's a risk for the team. It's a risk on the chain above. It's true, it's evolving. But at the end of the day, if the team creates a great product and it's a lesser used change, that won't deter us from investing. If we notice the structure of cryptocurrency investment markets, there is a mismatch between the amounts of early capital. There's only $10 billion in this total capital space. $7 billion in total capital under management. If you pull up their Polychain VC books, all of that. And what you see a lot of is that VC. Early stage VCs can exit some of their deals, which creates the downside. This actually creates a huge opportunity for prop players. If it's a good project and it's just gone down below its fair value, it becomes very interesting. So we still think that secondary markets can offer higher returns over time, simply because of this weird structure of lack of capital in secondary markets.